Okay, hello everybody, members and friends of the European Legal Technology Association. Welcome to another ELTA Live webcast, this time on legal design. A couple of years ago, you wouldn't have expected to hear those two words, legal and design, in one sentence. Lawyers and design, that's impossible to imagine, but today, subject taught in law schools, and lawyers are talking about legal design. But I assume that quite a lot of them still do not really understand what it is about. So to enlighten us, we lined up two top experts in the field for the day. One of them, Margaret, is still not online, so we are hoping that she will join us during the time Pilvi is talking about her experience. So let me shortly introduce them to you anyway. So today's first expert is Pilvi Alopaeus from lovely Finland. Pilvi is a privacy specialist at Privaown. I hope I didn't butcher it too much by day, but more importantly for our topic, she's the main organizer of last year's Legal Design Summit in Helsinki. As far as I heard, the summit was, if not the largest legal design event so far worldwide, at least one of the largest, and a huge success. And Bill will share some thoughts and experience about the summit with us at the beginning. And today's second expert with the main presentation is Margaret Hagen from sunny California. And Margaret is the director of the Legal Design Lab at Stanford Law School and the lecturer at the Stanford Institute of Design. So she's right in the middle between legal and design. And she literally wrote the book on legal design. It's called Law by Design. You can Google it, it's free of charge. Margaret will talk about legal design and using design approaches for data-driven innovation in legal services. So thank you both, Pilvi and Margaret, for joining us today. All listeners to the webinar will have the chance to ask Pilvi and Margaret questions at the end. I would suppose that's the best way to do it, and you can send your question in via chat. Both Julia and I will monitoring the chat, and the recording of the webinar will be available on the ELTA YouTube channel as always, and you will make us very happy if you subscribe to the channel. So how now? Let's do not waste any more time and start with the interesting stuff. And Pilvi, please, the stage is yours.
Oh, thank you so much, Holger, and thank you all for inviting me for this webinar. I'm very happy to represent our team and what we did last year and tell you a little bit about my story and my team's journey and how did we find legal design and why did we do what we do and why are we continuing it. And to start with, as mentioned, I am Pilvi Alopaeus, and I am actually still a law student. I haven't graduated yet, and actually none of our team members have graduated yet. We're actually just a bunch of law students. And 2 years ago, two of our friends thought about something with legal design, and then we had a small event in Helsinki about legal design. It was called Legal Design Summit, but it was a small event of 100 to 200 people. And me and a few of my friends, we decided to help out, and we just attended as volunteers, and we were like, yeah, this is cool. We're quite interested about it. Then after the Christmas, Mr. Antti Innanen and Johanna Rantanen from Dottir Attorneys, they called me and asked me if me and a few of my friends would like to take care of the Legal Design Summit in the future. And of course, being a little adventurous as I am, I said, yeah, why not? However, we didn't know pretty much anything about legal design. We didn't know what it actually is. Is anybody even interested about it and what we should do? So we started a little bit researching, and what we learned was so amazing that we really wanted to do something very significant with it. So the first thing to do as a millennial is always to have a Twitter account. So what we did, we signed in to Twitter and we put our name in it and made Legal Design Summit Twitter account, and we tweeted that we're going to organize the largest legal design event in the world in Helsinki this autumn, and tweeted it. And we never thought that nobody even noticed it. Well, the next morning it was shared like 200 times, and we were like, oh, oh dear God, should we do something with this? So I called a few of my friends, and 15 of them answered. And we gathered around in my studio, and we were thinking, what should we do? Should we do actually this? And then we decided to start make some research. So in the beginning, we started to actually with legal tech. And we went through a lot of different legal tech tools and tech tools other than legal tech tools. And what we learned was that most of them are really, really difficult to use, and something that we as lawyers who are not tech savvy, we wouldn't want to use them. They're difficult to us, so they're not useful. Even though you can make the most beautiful tech tool in the world, you wouldn't use it. And we actually went back to something that I know is very cliche, but to Steve Jobs and Apple. Why everybody loves Apple? Why is it so popular? And we learned that it is popular because it's so intuitive. Everybody knows how to use it. It's simple and you love it. And at the same time, it serves every need you can have. Everything you want is in that one phone. And we started to thinking, why law is not that? Not only legal tech, but everything about law. Why can't it be simpler? Why can it be easier? And then we began to call people and meet people around the world. And first of all, everybody in Finland and in the world, they were started to a little bit laugh, and they laughed at us, and they all the doors were closed to us, and nobody actually believed in us, and they were like, these are the bunch of students who think they know something, and they don't have any experience to do this. And we were like, yeah, okay, we take this criticism, and we went back, but we decided that wasn't all. So we went forward with it, and before we even noticed, we already had created a sort of an movement. And sorry, I have some problems with it here. And actually, there was this one thing, and then we started to think that why is it even important at the first place? And actually, I was talking with one of a partner from London, and I was asking, like, why is your practice so good, and why are you interested in legal tech and design and going forward with all this? And he actually replied me that, Pilvi, we are the best because we understood that Renaissance wasn't just something that happened to other people. And that is actually from Blackadder, I learned later. And that's why we are the best, because we understand that at the same time, when our clients are moving forward, where our clients are becoming better and better, legal work has to innovate too. It has to become more efficient. It has to become better, so we can offer the best services to our clients at the same time. So it cannot go like this. Our clients go like ding, 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 they come better, and legal work is here, because we cannot be efficient enough to serve them. So that's why we have to focus on our own work too, how we are the most efficient people in the world and make the best work we can. So there comes legal design, why it was fascinating for us. Well, lawyers are always, they're nervous about change, and they like something that is very standard and something that's always been in the same way. They don't like things that change. So that was our one of our problems. But the more we started to talk with people, we noticed that it was actually more of the younger generation that was more conservative, and people who had been working years and years and years with legal work. Those were the people who were actually more interested about change. So those were the people we started to talk more and more. The summer went by, and it was already autumn, and then we started to get calls, a lot of calls of what are you guys doing, and can we attend? And our aim from the beginning was to create a neutral platform where everyone can meet and talk about innovation and innovation in legal world. When people started to call us, we noticed that they want to start a little bit more like telling us where to go or what to do. And this wasn't something that we were interested in. If you are not familiar, in Finland, there is this one event called Slush, which is the one of the largest tech conferences in the world, where pretty much every one of us, Original 15, as we call ourselves, are from the Slush community. And in Slush community, we don't believe telling other people what to do. We believe in finding our own way, and we continued finding our own way and going forward with that. Before we noticed, we had become pretty much viral. We got a lot of shares in Twitter, and we always talked about what we really believed in. And I must say that when we started, we didn't know anything about anything. And for example, I must say there was one student who was behind all the designs and all the looks that we had about Legal Design Summit, and she was called Maria Sorsimo. And she's a great example of this journey. When we started, she was just a normal law student. She was just a really bright young girl. And during the year, she started to design things, and she learned from the beginning and created our look. And this was a big part of our journey. Well, I was asked to tell a little bit about well, what did we aim for and who attended. Well, who attended? We had about 750 people attending. Before the summit, we held a workshop called The Brain Factory. The Brain Factory was a free workshop, and it was first, we thought it was aimed for students. And in the Brain Factory, we actually had this kind of platform or idea that anyone can come in, and we will show them the way to learn to mix design with law. And we had about 200 applications, and we had only 20 places. That was the first surprise that we had. And in those applications, we had everyone from partners to CEOs to students. We decided to take 40 people, and we took 40 people from students to Magic Circle partners and CEOs, and it was a great bunch of people. And they loved it. And that was the first success that we had. The summit had 750 people in there. There were a lot of people from law firms around the world. There were also designers around the world, and there were also investors, which was really important to us, because a lot of this innovation that's been happening in legal tech and legal design has been happening in the startup world. And so wherever our startups, they need money, we need investors. And well, I don't know if this answered anything what you asked for, but our journey was pretty much 15 law students who tweeted that we're going to build the biggest platform in the world for legal design. And we did that. We didn't know anything about anything. We learned everything from the beginning. And right now, what we're looking in the future, in this autumn, we're possibly going to have an international summit, smaller one perhaps in London, perhaps in other parts of Europe, and perhaps in the States too. And then next spring we are having the Legal Design Summit again. This time it's probably going to be 2 days, and it's going to be a little bit for a larger audience and more evolved. However, the most important value of the Legal Design Summit is neutrality. We cannot be owned by anyone. If we have sponsors, we take sponsors, and we're happy to have them, but no one can direct us. The only way to get to our stage is to invent something interesting, to be interesting. No one can buy in, and that's very important to us in the future too. And we hope that in this way we can create a fair an honest platform for everyone to join in and to share ideas and to create crossroads where interesting new things can happen. So this is happening probably in spring 2019, and you will probably hear it in Twitter or anywhere else in social media where we are present. And at the moment, we're building our team from scratch, and we're gonna take probably about 100 people. So it's gonna start to look like a real movement. Well, anyway, I think my time is up. I don't know if Holger or someone has heard from Margaret yet. If we are
not yet. I haven't heard from Julia as well. I sent a message via chat. Let's switch on the camera again. Well, very impressive. Very impressive. So just for the first time to gather 750 people on a conference on a rather narrow topic, even it's a hot one like legal design. It's amazing. I can't say anything else. It's amazing, and then to have 300 applications for 20 spaces in the brain factory, it's amazing as well. So you did a really good job. Thank you for sharing that experience. I guess most of those people listening in will be at one of the events in the US or in Europe. So I will be there. That's at least what I can say. So let's check. I haven't seen Margaret online, so it's looking not good for the webinar today. We checked with her yesterday, and she told us she will be on time. But that's always
Julia. Hi.
Okay, Julia. Yep.
Yeah, I just tried to call her 2 times, and I just reached her voicemail. I tried to connect with her via email. No luck with that. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, Holger, she confirmed.
Looks like. Yep. Yeah, she confirmed and told us not to worry, and we didn't worry. Okay. I hope everything's okay with. I hope everything is okay with Margaret. But then we probably have to wrap up and see how to reschedule. Because at the moment, I don't even know what perspective to give. Maybe in half an hour, maybe in 2 days, or. Okay, then let's wrap it up. Pilvi, thank you very much. Sorry for the problems with getting the second speaker online, but we will try to reach out to Margaret and see how we can reschedule the whole event.
Yeah, that's definitely something we will let you know, guys, on which date we can reschedule this webinar.
Thank you anyway for connecting today, and we will keep you updated about a second chance to talk to Margaret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Pilvi.
Then.
Thank you.
Then, Pilvi, and thank you to everybody who logged on.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.